Hello, I'm Jana, and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. It is time for a brand new Funkie Junkie challenge, and our new theme is Living Things. Add an animal or a favorite pet to your creative make. This challenge is open from November 3rd through November 16th. We greatly look forward to seeing all of your fantastic creations. To enter, head over to the Funkie Junkie blog for more details. Also, you can enter over on Instagram using the hashtag the Funkie Junkie Challenge. So for my make today, I decided I was going to use a favorite animal in the form of a colorized die set and make a birthday card. Go ahead and pause to find out exactly what materials I'm going to use. All right, let's head over to the Crafty Corner. So to start our animal-themed birthday card, we're going to first start by making a background. For the background, I'm going to be working on some of the Tim Holtz watercolor distress cardstock. And the colors we're going to be using today are Kitsch Flamingo, Prize Ribbon, Villainous Potion, and Chipped Sapphire. I decided I wanted to do a smooth transition with a bit of an ombre backdrop. So I'm going to start with the lightest color, which would be Kitsch Flamingo, and we'll work our way down. So for blending, I'm using one of the mini blending tools with some of the Tim Holtz Ranger Dome Foam. I love the Dome Foam because it guarantees a very smooth blend without any of the harsh edges. So I'm just going to start at one corner and gently work that into the paper. Okay, I'm liking that blend. Just going to bring that pink down just a little bit further to blend into our next color. Now I'm going to switch over to Villainous Potion. I am in love with this new distress color. This is a gorgeous deep dark purple. And it pairs wonderfully with Prize Ribbon and Kitsch Flamingo. Okay, and we'll just gently blend that in. Going lightly into the Kitsch Flamingo. I'll probably come back and add just a little bit more of Kitsch Flamingo to smooth out the blend. And then we'll make that a bit darker as we get closer to the bottom of the paper. Okay, that looks good. Let's go back to Kitsch Flamingo for a moment and just finish that transition. There we go. Perfect. All right, now let's grab some Prize Ribbon. So we'll just blend Prize Ribbon in right here. Good. I'm liking that blend. And we'll finish it off with some Chipped Sapphire at the bottom. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, next I want to spritz this just a little bit with some water from our Distress Sprayer. I want to give this a little bit of a speckled look. So pulling slowly on the spray bottle trigger, we'll add some large droplets. Okay, that is good. Now we'll just quickly dry this off with the Ranger Heat Tool. Okay, our background is now nice and dry and we've got some great speckles. The next thing I'd like to add is some Distress Mica Spray Stain. And I'm going to be adding a few splashes of Flickering Candlelight. Now, don't forget, we've got to shake these up pretty well to get the sentiment mixed in so we get lots of sparkle when we spray. Okay, and that is ready to spritz. So I'm just going to push slowly on the trigger and get a few speckles on this background. Okay, and that's all it needs. So let's just take a look. Yep, nice and shimmery. So I'll quickly dry this off and we'll move on to our next step. Okay, and there's our background. Ooh, absolutely loving the shimmer on flickering candlelight. Okay, so I'm going for a layered card look today. So we're going to be adding a die cut lattice work over the top. This is a die cut from the die set Twigs, and this is one of the newer Sizzix dies from this year by Tim Holtz. I decided to cut this out of some of the craft black cardstock, and I made sure that I added some double-sided tape on the back so that this will be extra easy to stick down onto this card. So we'll just carefully line this up and put it down. I love using double-sided tape for layers. It makes it so easy to put cards together. And you don't have to worry about glue ooze. Okay. That is looking good. Now, let's go ahead and add some leaves. Next, I'm going to be creating a background that we're going to be die cutting our leaves out of. To do this, I'm going to be coating some watercolor distress cardstock with some collage medium. I'm going to create a bit of a slip and slide effect by putting down collage medium so that the distress crayons will have a surface to travel on. So just putting some collage medium right down onto the cardstock, and I'm just going to smoosh that around with my fingers and then let that dry. I've still got a little bit of flickering candle on my hands, but not a big deal. These leaves are going to be green, so this will blend right in. Okay, I'll just set this aside for a moment to dry, and I'll quickly wipe down my surface. I do not want the collage medium drying on the glass portion of the mat. But a little water and a towel. That cleans up nice and easy. Okay, so the colors that I'm going to be using for the leaves are Tree Lot, Holly Branch, and Bubbling Cauldron. This will make a nice trio of greens to work with. Okay, let's scribble out some distress crayon and start smushing it around. I'm going to start with a bit of Tree Lot. And we'll go in with some Bubbling Cauldron. With the collage medium down first, the distress crayon goes on really smoothly. And then let's add some Holly Branch. That's looking really good. Now I'm just going to go in with my fingers and smush this around and see what sort of awesome green blend I can get. Because of the collage medium, the distress crayon moves easily over the surface. Okay, I think I might want to add a little bit more Tree Lot, darkening that up just a little bit. Oh, I love this. It's so easy to layer. It's looking good. Okay, I think I want a little bit more Bubbling Cauldron in places. Okay. That's looking good. Okay, and just a touch more holly branch. Okay, let's bring this in for a closer look. If we tilt this, we can see that shimmer on here. That is pretty cool. All right, this is all set to die cut. So I'll be right back with a small stack of leaves. Okay, here are our die cut leaves. I also decided to run these through the 3D leaf folder to add a little bit of extra texture. Now, since we've got all that wonderful texture on here, I also wanted to add some distress crayon to better highlight it. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of pine needles to add a little bit of definition. So I'm just going to lightly scribble this on and then smear it. I'm liking how the distress crayon is picking up those texture lines. That is awesome. Okay, 2 more leaves, and then we will add these to our card. All right, these leaves are all done. We've got the texture highlighted. We've got the leaves colored. Now, let's see how they're going to look on the card. So for the leaves, I just want to add these around the edges just a little bit. And we'll also be able to slip our focal point in the center. So I'm definitely going to be cutting these. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this, and then we'll put our focal point in the middle, and I'm going to tuck that behind the leaves. So I'm going to set this aside for now, and we'll come back to that after we have our focal point assembled. So for the centerpiece of our card, we're going to be playing with Colorize, and we're going to be making Harrison. So I've already got all my die cut pieces right here, and they are all colored and have double-sided sticky back adhesive ready to go. I love using the double-sided tape because it makes assembly of cards and pieces so much easier. So for this part, we're going to put it on fast forward while I do the assembly of Harrison. And here is our finished Harrison. To finish him off, I added a little bit of glossy accents around the eye. Now, let's go ahead and assemble our card. So we're going to take Harrison, and he is going to be the centerpiece of this birthday card. We'll just peel the sticky stuff and place this on our card. Okay, that looks good. Just press that down. All right, now let's go ahead and add our leaves. So for the leaves, I'm just going to be using a bit of foam squares to adhese these to our card. It also will give it some nice dimension. Okay. So we'll just place these around the edges of the card and then we'll continue on from there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And we'll just finish it off with these last two pieces. And let's go ahead and trim these off. I think I would like to add just a couple more pieces, maybe up into these two corners. Now that all of our leaves are glued into place, let's give them a quick trim. So I'll just flip the card over and trim off that little bit of overhang. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and finish off this card. And to finish it off, we are going to be using one of the Tim Holtz Ideology label sticker sentiments. And I also die cut a banner from the Halloween Vault Sizzix die set. So here's our banner and there's our sentiment. And we're just going to place that right here at the bottom of the card. Thank you so much for joining me here today at the Crafty Corner. We have been playing to the theme of living things. Don't forget, you too can join the Funkie Junkie Challenge over at the Funkie Junkie blog, or go ahead and tag the Funkie Junkie Challenge on Instagram. We look forward to seeing all of your creative makes. So until next time, happy crafting!